Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
So guys, in the last 24 hours, we have seen massive liquidations across the entire crypto markets. A lot of these altcoin assets actually dropped all the way to zero. If you check out the chart for Atom, it went almost to zero. A lot of other altcoin assets, they dropped around 50 to 70 to even 80%, and Bitcoin itself dropped 16% in just a matter of few hours. All of this was led by Trump imposing extra 100% tariffs on Chinese goods. Now, what is going to happen next? That is the most important question, right? Should you be buying the dip, or is this the end of the bull market? I'm going to discuss exactly that, and I'm also going to share a few plays where I believe you're getting the best opportunity right now. So again, guys, this is not going to be financial advice. This is a time where a lot of people have been panicking very badly, and a lot of them must have been liquidated as well. So if you were on 1.5x leverage or more, you were supposed to be liquidated in this cascade. And even me, guys, I got one of my accounts liquidated where I was long on XPL and 2Z. So anyway, that's part of the game. That's what you get if you are leverage trading, because you're borrowing money from other people, from other exchanges to trade on that. And also you have the upside reward as well as the downside risk. So that is the game that you play. But if you were in meme coins, the ones that I have mentioned, there is no way that you are getting liquidated because these are all spot positions. So anyway, guys, let's get right into the chart of Bitcoin. We have seen more than $20 billion of long liquidations in the last 24 hours. If I show you the chart of Bitcoin, guys, this does not look like that we have ended the bull market and we are now entering some sort of a bear market or something like that, because of the fact that we have this structure as a very corrective structure. The only way this eventually develops into a bear market is if this move towards the downside is just wave 1, we have a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. That would take us all the way to like around $60,000-$70,000 in my opinion. That is also the bottom of the bear market in my opinion, maybe even $50,000 if we actually go as deep. But I don't think that this is the end of the bull market and we are not entering a bear market as of now. Guys, you have to understand one thing. This is a black swan event. This is the largest liquidation event in the history of crypto. All right, this is bigger than Luna crash. This is bigger than COVID crash. This is bigger than FTX collapse. This is bigger than anything out there. All right, and by a very huge margin as well. A lot of things happened, right? Now, what are we looking at? After any black swan event, guys, we have always seen a massive rebound. This has always, any black swan event in the entire history of traditional markets as well, we have seen a massive rebound, right? And the crash has basically marked a local bottom. So is that the case? Let's just quickly discuss that in terms of Elliott waves and on the basis of technicals. So first off, guys, we have two different possibilities. Either we are looking for a W, X, and a Y towards the downside, or we are looking for A, B, and C. Now, wave B right here extended above the highs of wave A, which is an expanding flat correction. If that is the case, guys, if you're looking for a wave C, your price targets for wave C are sitting right here between $95,500 and $98,500. We could still come back right around here, and that would be a simple chop like this. All right, multiple 4-5s, because we are forming 1 2 1 2 1 2 and then a 3, and then now we are looking for a 4 5 4 5 4 5 to go towards the downside. All right, now the other scenario is going to be the WXY, where we have W, this is wave X, a 3-wave structure up, and this is your wave Y. Now, I don't think that wave Y has just ended right here. We might be creating some sort of a flat correction. Something like this is still possible, guys. All right, this is going to be a wave Y. All right, apart from that, one more scenario is possible, and that is going to be a triangle formation here. If that also happens, then also we are looking for higher prices. So in my opinion, guys, right now is a good time to buy. Either we reverse from here or we come back a little lower, maybe to $95,000. That is also possible. But at the end of the day, this does not feel like the end of the bull market. And that is why I am continuously going to buy at my key levels of support that I have given you earlier on as well. So if I discuss the chart of pump, which I did mention in the last video as well, I was looking at these levels, these green boxes that I've drawn, and these levels are sitting between 0.0043 to 0.0050, and we had a massive crash. Price actually went all the way to 0.0015, all right, for pump token. Now, I don't think that anybody would have been actually able to buy these these lows right here, but I do believe that price is going to find support in this region. Maybe we come back lower to 0.0026. This is your next zone of support. Right now we have current zone of support sitting at 0.0035. all right, this is again below the ICO price for the pump token. The high sweep price is 0.004. We are currently sitting at 0.0037. All right. I do believe that these levels are going to act as strong zone of support, and this is going to be a good entry point if you are looking for longer term, like for 3, 4, 5 months in the future. And pump is going to stay the leader in terms of new tokens coming out, in terms of creator capital markets, in my opinion, and that is why I am going to bid pump here itself. All right. Apart from that, guys, I mentioned in the previous update that I was selling my hyperliquid, right? So if I show you the hyperliquid chart right here, then I sold right here, all right, around $44-$45, right? And I did mention that we are looking for a support coming around $28 to around $30. This is exactly where we bounced off from, right? We went lower to around $21, but I don't think that a lot of orders would have actually filled in this region, right? Now, coming back at the current price point, we are sitting at $37.7. Now, guys, whenever we see this kind of a dump towards the downside on altcoins or on Bitcoin, we have usually seen the edge pattern forming. All right, so maybe we come back lower again and fill this wick, maybe all the way down, or maybe form a higher low, and then we go higher. So this is what I'm waiting for right now. I'm not going all in with all of the cash that I have right now, and I am waiting for this kind of a dip. All right, so once you form this edge pattern on the chart on most of the altcoins, that is when you're looking to enter again. All right, otherwise what you should do is you wait for a complete V-shaped recovery. What does that mean? We need to break past the level from where we actually dumped. So for hyperliquid, you can see this level is sitting at around $44. If price can come back up and reclaim this level, this is where I would say that we have basically done a V-shaped recovery and we are now looking for higher prices. If I also show you one more chart which actually did show a V-shaped recovery, that is going to be Velvet on BNB. I mentioned this in the previous update as well. I also mentioned this level as a strong zone of support sitting at $11 million, and right now you can see from the point where it dropped, which was around $16.16 million, we went all the way to around $10.2 million, and now we are sitting above the level from where we actually crashed. All right, so this one is really bullish in my opinion right now. Again, we have been holding pretty well, and if you had your limit buy orders in this region, definitely guys, you would have gotten a very good entry on Velvet. And if you want to place limit buy orders on Velvet or on any other BNB chain coin, then guys, definitely check out 𝗕𝗓𝗓. This also works on BNB, and also you get to use the mobile app, which is much better than any other decentralized exchange or trading platform that you might be using right now. The link to 𝗕𝗓𝗓 is given in the description section below. All right, moving on guys, we should talk about Bitty as well, because an exchange listing is in the works right now. We're sitting at $5 million. All right, I mentioned that this zone, the massive buy zone, the green box, is going to act as a strong zone of support. We bounced off from this level of support at $4.36 million. I believe maybe guys, maybe we break this support and come back into this region, or maybe we just bounce off from here itself. I do think that we are going to bounce off from here and not go lower from here because of the exchange listing, because of all of the hype that is being built around it, and because of how many new holders have been entering the chart of Bitty right around here. You can see, right, new holders every single day. It has been just exploding. We are now sitting at almost close to 12,000 holders. I do believe that Bitty is one of the strongest coins, strongest meme coins in this dip, and you should definitely ape this dip right around here. But again guys, not financial advice. This is just something that I personally did. I bought more Bitty at $4.5 million, $4.4 million. That is where I got another bag of mine. And then guys, another one that I want to mention is going to be XBT. Of course, we have a breakout, we have a retest, and again, these assets are holding much better than most of the altcoins out there. All right, these assets are not down. Like from the time of it actually going down, we can see we had only a 30% dip on XBT. And if I talk about Bitty, then Bitty had a dip of around 17%. All right, so these assets are still much stronger than your altcoins. All right, then definitely guys, $1.3 million for XBT is very cheap in my opinion. And then again, Nunu is also sitting at absolute support around $500,000. We have been holding this level of support or this floor very strongly, which I believe is going to be the foundation of the next leg higher. So definitely this is going to be another pick that I do believe is going to come back up very soon and possibly create new all-time highs very soon as well. All right, apart from that guys, there is a new one that I want to mention, and that is going to be Dogo. Now this one is very different from what I have usually shared with you all. This is an NFT project. This is much more than just NFT. And the reason why I am mentioning it is because of the fact that this chart has been looking very strong despite the recent market correction. All right, you can see right around here, we dipped all the way from around $4.1 million to around $1.3 million, but we were able to recover it back in the next few hours itself. All right, this is a V-shaped recovery. Now we are coming back down lower again. So potentially this region of support, this level at around $2.2 million is a very solid support or demand zone. And then guys, I don't think that this is a beta play to Pandu or it's a beta play to Pudgy Penguins. I think it has its own identity. It's just a dog, right? And then because this is an NFT project, I believe that this could do pretty well because of the fact that this is basically representing all of the dogs on chain. So if I have to get into a dog meme coin, I think Doggo is going to be one of those picks from my side for the next 3-4 months, or maybe the entire length of the bull run, no matter how long or how short it ends up being. All right, you can definitely check out more information on this one. If I show you the X profile as well, right here you can see they have like 1,200 followers right now, and the art is also really good. It's not just some AI generated artwork. And I do think this is going to do pretty well in my opinion. So definitely I have bought a bag in this region around $2.3-2.4 million market cap. If price goes lower, guys, I am going to give you the exact zones of support. So from the highs to the lows, right here you can see this is your zone of interest, $1.1 million. If price comes back lower and touches $1.1 million, that is where I would be interested to buy more. But I do think that if the market starts to reverse from here itself, guys, then this is going to break out from here very soon. And we are going to see a move towards the upside again. All right, talking about another big play, that is going to be 𝗕𝗘. Now, again, this one has not seen enough of a retrace despite the rest of the market. You have to identify the strength in the market. All right, you have to bid on assets that are not down 80-90% and are not able to recover back up. All right, you're looking for those V-shaped recovery altcoins, because when the market actually starts to reverse back up again, because it will, all right, it will. When that happens, you're going to see these assets outperform the rest of the market by a huge margin. So position yourself while there is still time. Right now, you can see right around here, if I change the trend lines, then you can see right now, if I show you the chart of 𝗕𝗘, I do believe that we might go a little lower from the highs to the lows. If I plot a Fibonacci, this is your zone of interest. I think if you can get it at around $1.56 billion, that is going to be a really good entry point. But even at the current price, guys, I think it is looking really, really good. You are looking at a move up again into this resistance and then come back down for a potential support at the 382. And then the next move up is going to lead into a breakout, and we are going to see another leg towards the upside for 𝗕𝗘 as well. So I'm bidding on conviction. I'm bidding on plays that are showing insane strength at the moment. All right. Moving on to the last play for this episode, guys, is going to be another meme coin from my boy Wabo Crypto. And he mentioned this at like around, somewhere around here, I guess. This is IMF, International Money Fund. Now, this is again a new narrative, a cool narrative as well. I do believe that this could do pretty well. Currently sitting at $760,000. This one had a massive dip towards the downside. But as you can see, this 4-hour candle, it was basically bought back up in the same candle. This is not something that we have seen on the other assets. So that is something that actually got my attention on this one as well. And I do believe that once we break above the 382 resistance at $856,000 and do something like this, we are looking at new highs again on IMF. If price goes lower, your entry zone is going to be somewhere around $530,000. This is going to be a crucial zone of support. Below that, of course, we have another zone of support at around $300,000. So right now I have a small bag from here, and then I am going to add more at 530 and then again at $300,000 market cap. I'm targeting more than like $5 million on this one in terms of market cap, and let's just see how that performs as well. Again, guys, these are meme coins, and just because I share them does not mean that I have like 100% of its supply. And if price goes down, I'm not the one who is dumping on you. All right, I have bought in the open market right here, and I'm going to buy more in this region right around here. So always manage your risk, always make sure that you're doing your own research, and always make sure that you're not considering this to be financial advice. I do hope that your portfolio, if it is down right now, and if you are actually leverage trading and you got flushed out, I do hope that you guys actually are able to recover it back as soon as possible. But these are my conviction plays, and I am sticking to my conviction no matter what happens in the market, as I mentioned previously as well. My positions are in spot, so I cannot get liquidated. That is the entire deal. This is what everybody teaches you in crypto who have been here for more than like 4, 5, even like 10 years. Everybody talks about only this thing. Do not keep all of your eggs in one basket, and that basket should not be your leverage trading portfolio, to say the least. All right, make sure that you trade safe and make sure that you manage your risk. And I do hope that you guys are able to recover back from this market dip, because the market will eventually recover for sure. All right, that is basically everything, guys, from this episode. If you want to get early alpha on these kind of plays and everything that I am doing, every single change in my personal portfolio, then definitely, guys, check out the link in the description section below and join me inside Karoshi's Private. There is a waiting list for the monthly subscription, but if you want instant access, you can go for the yearly subscription. The link is again given in the description section below. That is everything, guys. I will see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this one, make sure that you drop a like and also smash that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.
Never slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.